Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, aka Steve, and welcome to the first of hopefully many of my game development log videos. For those of you who don't know, I am making a mobile monster fighting game. You can follow that Twitter account in the description of all of my videos at Mag Studios, and it's a project I've been working on now for probably it's been a little more than maybe about a year and a few months. I've gone through a couple different variations, but I think I finally settled on what I kind of want to do. Nothing is finalized in this game, none of the graphics, none of the mechanics, anything like that, but a lot of the logic stuff that I have will be kind of following the same pattern as I have now. So if I make videos on it, things won't change too much as time goes on. And I wanted to kind of make these kind of videos. One, it's taking up a lot of my time, and I want to showcase more of the kind of under the hood stuff, and two, I kind of want to crowdsource some ideas from people. Obviously, one person never has the best ideas. It usually takes a conglomeration of a few people, so I wanted to do that, but I also wanted to just kind of showcase my process and maybe get into the habit of making more of these videos because I enjoy coding, I enjoy making games, so why not make videos about those? I don't know the format that I want to make these videos, and I think I'm going to go with the format that's current right now that I'm doing. Obviously, you're seeing the video in the format that I'm doing, but I don't know if it's going to end up being the best in the end. So there's a lot of unknowns with this, but let's just kind of jump into it, and let's start talking about what I'm going to be doing. So I'm working on an AI enemy system for the game where the enemy decides what they can do in any given turn. Obviously, you see there's HP up here, there's an energy bar up here, which takes into account movement and attacks, and then experience you don't need to worry about for now, obviously. So every action that a monster does takes energy, whether it is attacking or moving. And there's also a charge action where the monster can regain energy. I'll be doing more in-depth videos about how the game actually works later. I just want to give you a slight overview of what's going on. So what I'm going to be showcasing is how right now the enemy decides how they want to attack. You're going to watch this guy here is an all AI monster, so let's watch him do what he's going to do. He's going to make a decision, and it's going to be Hydro Blast. He's going to choose right there, and that is that. So let's see what went into that. Obviously, like I said, graphically not done, so animations I'm still working on. Obviously that one was firing backwards. So let's look at exactly what makes, what goes into his decision-making process, and hopefully I can do this relatively quickly without having to, go through a lot of extra time. So there is, okay, so I'm focusing on this one specific target here. It's called the attack analysis list. So as you can see, it has three different attacks. Obviously, there's three lists. It's got Chaos Burst, Frostfire, and Hydro Blaster attacks. Now, for each attack, it has the full attack, and it has targets by range. It's got some data strings in there. It's got percentages, and so I'm going to go over kind of just explain a little bit about how this is calculated. We'll go under the hood here. So there's a thing called an attack analysis, which is a custom class that I have here. So it's got an attack, it's got attack targets, it's got the attacker. If you don't understand the syntax, it's fine. I'm gonna breeze through this part here, but I just want to kind of show you. So I have things called data strings, which are just a visual representation of what's going to be happening. The percent damage dealt, the total damage dealt, and a chance to KO. And each of these, so this has a percentage of damage dealt per monster, the total actual damage dealt to each monster, and then what percentage of a chance that attack will KO each monster. And then I go through all this stuff here, I do all kinds of damage calculations, and I add it to, I get all those together. I have how much percentage of damage it's going to do to each monster, and then I have it ranks then each of the attacks, and then each of the percentage to KO for each attack, and then it ranks them all and it spits them out on a list, and then it gets this here. So he went and he used Hydro Blast. So Hydro Blaster is there's all the attack information Hydro Blast, but there are 4 targets within range, of which is another class that I have to list all the possible targets that are in range for each attack. Because as you saw, the attack had like blue kind of bars around it, and that was the range of the attack. So there are 4 different ways, permutations, that attack could appear on this side, and it takes into account all of those. So there's the attack, and it breaks down. So this is the first element, right? It's where it starts, how much total damage it's going to do. This one, how much total damage it's going to do. This one, how much total damage is going to do. And this one, how much total damage is going to do. So as you can see, it's ranked each of the attacks and each of the spaces on the board based on the total amount of damage that that attack is going to do. And right now in the early stages, I have my attacks, my AI deal damage based on what choice for the attack because they chose. Right now they're choosing a random attack because it's still in the early stages. What random attack are they going to choose? And then it takes into account each location on the enemy screen. It does a damage calculation for all that, and then it throws together what range on the enemy board is it going to do the most amount of potential damage, and then it ranks them. So obviously element 0 is going to be the highest, down to element 3, which is the lowest. So it's got 83 total amount of damage that attack is going to do possible, and that is the highest. So it's as you can see here, it takes into account which monsters are in range of that attack, what tiles on the board are in range. I've numbered all the tiles, and then what the actual attack is, and you can see all the stuff about the attack there. So then it calculates all of that, and then it goes to it's got these data strings here, and it's got a percent chance to KO all 3 monsters. So there's 2 Psipoises here, and this is inversion here. So these are what the data strings show. The data string just shows a little extra information, and it puts in a nice visual picture for me, so I can look and see exactly what's going to be happening. As you can see, these data strings show how much percentage of the damage can that attack do to the given monsters. As you can see, Infersion can do about 32% damage, which that bar looks to be about 32%. And then each of the Psipoises are 9% and 11%. So it's got percent chance to KO, which is it can't KO any of them. So it just took whatever one could do the most total amount of damage. It chose that option to do, and then it saw on screen of that range. So because of the way that attack's range is, the range is 2. It can only hit 1 monster on this given board at a time, which is why I didn't choose any attacks that can have 2 monsters in there. If I'm confusing, I apologize. Again, I'm trying my best to make these videos as just good as possible. Because I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to come across well in video format at all, or if this is going to be garbage and trash. I don't really know. I'm hoping you guys can even see what's going on over here. I'm not sure, but we'll go ahead and let's actually run one more, and we'll see. Yeah, another enemy is about to attack this guy here. So what's he going to do? Let's see. He used an attack called Shriek, and again, we'll go to him, and it is attack analysis list, and he's got again 3 attacks. He used the attack called Shriek, which is here, and again it shows Infersion, and that was the attack that it was going to do. And here are the data strings here. It did about 20% again, which is why Infersion there is at about 50% of its HP. So that's the way I have attacks going right now. I go through all of these it goes through all of these calculations right now, and all of these ordering mechanisms right now. But that's just the way it is on its base level. Just to test things, I have it set to pick the version of the attack that does the most damage every time. When I do difficulties and stuff, I'll probably weight those against other things. But for now, for testing, it picks the attack that does the most amount of damage possible, given the attack that it chose on a random level. So on a random basis. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. Leave a like. If you want me to do videos about other things pertaining to the game, if you saw something on the screen that you have questions about, please ask them in the comments. And now that my game is slowly approaching kind of testable stage, I would love to make more content about it, do more stuff with it. So if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And of course, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night.